Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
T2, turn that thing up. Shalom, shalom. Most High Christ bless. You are now tuned in to the Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes. All praise to the Most High. I'm Captain Gaddard to my right.
Officer Uriel.
All praises, all praises. So what we got going on this week? We're going to go into, who's the show about again?
Oh, the natives.
Home of the 10 tribes.
The natives.
The 10 tribes, man. So we're going to get right into it. Northern Kingdom. God called you Israel. You ain't Hispanic. You ain't Native American. You ain't Mexican. You ain't Colombian.
You just dropped a bomb on somebody.
Yeah, somebody hurt.
So you threw the brick across the room.
Somebody hurt. Somebody thought they were Mexicans because they love burritos and enchiladas. Somebody thought they was Hispanic. Somebody out there did.
They overlove
we know y'all out there.
Them siestas got it going on.
Siestas. Hey, so we're going to jump right into it. Get the first article, brother. Get the first article.
Here we go.
Get the first.
Hey, turn me up just a tad bit, please.
Get the first article.
Oh.
Hey, this picture is. Come on. Get the first article.
All right. Let's see. First article. Why America's protests resonate so deeply in Brazil. All right. A shared legacy of racism is under the spotlight in both countries, the author writes.
Why is America's protests resonate so deeply in Brazil?
You know, I'm going to read that. I'm going to read it like that.
You got to read it like that, bro.
I'm going to read it like that.
Come on, man.
My bad. I'm out the spirit. Hey, what's going on?
Come on.
Why America's protests resonate so deeply in Brazil?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right.
You tried, brother. You tried. All praises. All right, so just keep going. Keep reading.
Sao Paulo. I watch from Brazil as anti-racism protests flourish across the United States, and my heart fills with hope.
So you're going to ask yourself, how would a brother in Brazil have hope from anti-racism protesters in America?
Right.
We got to ask stuff like that.
Right.
How? Keep going.
I think about the history of deep-rooted racism and resistance our country share. Despite the differences, as the legal scholar Tanya Hernandez.
Tanya Hernandez. You got to say it right. Come on.
Tanya Hernandez pointed out in her book, Racial Subordination in Latin America.
Come on.
While the United States established a legal system of segregation.
What? You telling me America believes in segregation? You can't tell nobody in 2020. Right. 2020, you can't tell nobody nothing.
Right.
Go ahead.
The Jim Crow laws that lasted until the second half of the 20th century. Mm-hmm. Brazil built up its own version of Jim Crow through an official policy of whitening its population.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Oh, my
goodness. So you telling me the officials in Brazil, which is Asher, right? Asher.
Yeah.
The Brazilians today, God calls you Asher. You from the tribe of Asher. They came up with a regulation, legal regulation, right?
Of whitening the population.
Of whitening its population. That's why when you think of Brazil, you don't think of black folk.
Right.
You don't think of dark-skinned, brown-skinned folk.
Yep.
You think of everybody in Brazil is light-skinned. Everybody's light-skinned. Why? Because they want to give you the, what's the word? Delusion of a European country. Eurocentric country. Go ahead, keep going.
All right, well, man, whitening its population through a variety of legal regulations.
Go ahead.
Fostering European immigration.
Oh, dang. So they made laws in Brazil to allow Edomite immigration.
Right.
Wait a minute. So you telling me that Esau is some immigrants? Esau is immigrants? Oh, man, I didn't know that.
They ain't got no.
I didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know that. Keep going.
Giving preference to white people in access to land and to the job market. Brazil has managed to maintain a racial hierarchy with pervasive effects that last until today.
Give me the book of Deuteronomy 28.
Hey, that sound just like exactly what happened here.
That's we gonna touch that, brother. We gonna touch that because you had what's the St. Patrick's Day? Who are they?
Oh,
Irish.
Yeah.
The Irish immigrated to America.
Right, yeah.
And they were given privilege. When you look at today, they have privileges that we don't have, and we were slaves in America.
Hey, but watch this. Go back to the article real quick because
go back to the article.
What they said was they was given an opportunity, right? Let's see. Giving preference to white people and access to land and to job markets. Brazil has managed to maintain a racial hierarchy with the pervasive effects that last until the day. So when did that happen? That happened in the Homestead Act in the 1800s when they gave over 160 million acres of land to immigrants, to people. When was that? We was in slavery at that time. And then the Colorado Gold Rush with over 300,000 Edomites came to California. My bad, the California Gold Rush.
Right.
They came to California, and then that's how they was given the job markets. That's how they was given the land and all of that.
Hey, but watch this. That's all prophesied in the Bible.
Wow.
All that is prophesied in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28:43.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down
Switch it back, Omar.
very low.
Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Come on.
And thou shalt come down very low.
So God says the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. Hold that. Go to Lamentations. Go to the book of Lemon. Go to the book of Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 1. Read.
Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 1.
Come on.
Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us.
Come on.
Consider and behold our reproach.
Watch verse 2.
Our inheritance
what belongs to us
is turned to strangers.
To who?
To strangers.
Read on. What's the next part?
Our houses to aliens.
To illegal aliens.
Immigrants.
Illegal immigrants.
Dang.
The Bible prophesies that the Israelites' inheritance would be given to strangers, right?
Right.
Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Another word for the term stranger right there was alien.
Right.
Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43.
Read.
The stranger that is
remember that stranger we just read in Lamentations 5,
right,
who God calls an
alien, right?
That stranger, read.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Read on.
And thou shalt come down very low.
God says this stranger, this alien, this illegal alien,
right,
would take your inheritance. It would be given to them, and they would be on high in your land.
Dang.
And what belongs to you, they will be on high, and you will become niggas.
Right. Right. Hey, so you know the author said that he was feeling it from this side of the world.
Right.
So that means they must be going through the same thing on that side of the world.
Dang. Hey, we gonna touch that. Woo. We gonna touch that.
Hey, boy.
Going through the same thing in Brazil.
If the 10 tribes ain't if the Northern Kingdom ain't 10 tribes, hey, boy, I'll tell you.
If the Hispanic said it, you know
what I mean, man.
Go back to the article, man.
Hey, all praises, man. Bringing it out. Bringing it out.
Come on, go back to the article. Come on, stay with us, bro. Come on, read.
Second paragraph. Here we go. Black protesters is part. Zoom in just a little bit. I need glasses, man. But
you need glasses from Haiti. You know they stronger. Glasses from Haiti is like 10 times stronger. Nah, for real. Just something to think about. Look it up. Come on.
You ain't right, man. You ain't right. Black protest is part of the historical imagery Black people in the U.S. and in Brazil share.
And in Brazil. So wait a minute. So you got Black protests in the U.S. and Black protests in the Brazil. Keep going.
As much as racial violence is as well.
Come on.
Black protests fired the streets of Red Summer in Chicago in 1919, right after the Spanish flu of 1918. It fired the streets of Birmingham in 1963, demanding civil rights. It fired the streets of several cities in the U.S. since 2013, with the nationwide Black Lives Matter movement after the killing of Trayvon Martin in February 2012, as well as Michael Brown and Eric Garner in 2014.
You got to ask yourself, why is brothers and sisters in Brazil looking to brothers and sisters in America to teach them how to go about Black protesting?
Hey!
That's something to think about. That's something to think about.
Hey, man, you letting that cold simmer, man.
I'm just going to let it sit there, but we're going to answer that. We're going to answer that. Keep going.
In Brazil, the modern Black movement has existed since 1930s.
Come on.
And streets protests have been a key political strategy. In particular, since the 1970s.
Since the 1970s. Watch this, read.
With a major protest in Sao Paulo in 1978, Black people defied the military dictatorship that would last until 1985.
Watch this, y'all.
Upon the birth of Brazil's democracy in 1988.
Watch this.
Black people across the country took up the streets in one of the largest protests in Brazilian history.
Let's find out what they was protesting about. Come on.
Claiming that the abolition of slavery just 100...
Wait a minute. How these brothers in Brazil talking about slavery?
Right. Dang.
Talking about slavery.
There's a correlation here, people.
It's a correlation. Hey, it's a correlation. That means that something happened in Brazil.
Right.
To the people of Brazil that happened to the Black so-called people of America.
Dang.
Keep going.
Claiming that the abolition of slavery just 100 years earlier was inconclusive.
Inconclusive. It couldn't be proven. Come on.
Demanding a democracy of equals.
Go to Jeremiah 50:33.
Wow.
Then we're gonna go to Genesis 4.
Hey, it sound the same. It sound like something going on.
Something going on here.
Right.
Something don't fit together right here.
Jeremiah
33.
Chapter 50 and verse 33.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel. Read.
And the children of Judah.
The children of Israel will be the so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians. You brothers and sisters in Brazil, whether you dark-skinned or light-skinned,
that's right.
You are the children of Israel.
Right.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel,
the children of Israel,
and the children of Judah,
and the children of Judah, the so-called blacks in America, the so-called Haitians, the so-called West Indians. Read.
Were oppressed together.
We was oppressed together.
Dang.
We went through the same thing together.
So that's why they could feel it from over there.
That's why they could. That's why they looked at the brothers and sisters in America, Judah,
right,
and said, "What? We gonna imitate that. We gonna imitate y'all protesting because the same thing happening to y'all is happening to us in Brazil. Yep. So we gonna take Judah's what's the word?
Example.
Blueprint.
A blueprint.
We're gonna take Judah's blueprint on how they protested civil rights movement.
Yeah.
On how they got their way away from the Jim Crow laws.
Right.
And we gonna implement that way from Judah, and we gonna implement that in Brazil. Because the same Jim Crow laws that was in America that had Judah pinned down, had Benjamin Levi pinned down, those same laws was going on in Brazil.
Stretch all the way over there.
Those same exact laws. Go back to the article.
That's heavy, man.
I'm telling you, man,
that's real heavy, man.
That's why all praise to the Most High. We here on the natives out here to teach you so-called Hispanics that you ain't Hispanic.
Hey, but
your oppression is biblical. Go ahead. What you got?
I wanted to get Deuteronomy 28 and 45 real quick because the correlation is too real. It's the same things we're going through here. That's the same thing our brothers is going through in Brazil.
Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
I got you. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
So these curses is going to pursue us and overtake us until we be destroyed. It's going to pursue us in America, going to pursue us in Brazil. It's going to pursue us no matter where we at. That shows that we are the true Israelites.
We are the Israelites.
That's right.
We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You better believe it. We're going to prove it by, what it say, by the shadow of a doubt.
By the shadow, right. By the shadow
of a doubt.
Bringing it out.
That we are the Israelites.
Bringing it out.
You better believe it.
Here, live on Native Hour.
Let's go. Go back to the article. Oh, my, we're going to get you some help. It's all right. I know you're doing like 10 things over there. You're doing good, soldier. You're doing good. Keep going. Come on.
All right. Today, with Jair Bolsonaro's election as president in 2018,
Where you at?
The top paragraph.
Skip down to protests.
Okay. Protests are not without reason. Anti-blackness violence has reached pandemic levels in both countries. Numbers of police killings in Brazil and the United States are at striking levels.
Go ahead.
And on the rise. In 2019, 1,004 people were shot and killed by the police in the United States that we know of. From 992 in 2018. The number of people killed by police in Brazil last year was at least 6 times larger than that.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Dang.
Wait a minute.
We
got to read that again.
That's insane.
In 2019.
I got you, Cap.
No.
Okay,
I got this.
Okay.
In 2019, what was that?
1,004
people were shot and killed by the police in the United States.
Right.
From 992 in 2018. The number of people killed by police in Brazil last year was at least 6 times larger.
In a year.
Than 1,000. That's 6,000 people in a year. Even as the killing of police officers themselves dropped by half in 2019.
Dang. That's crazy.
Right? Definitely don't use that again. Keep reading.
Only in the state of Rio de Janeiro, police killed 1,810 people, roughly 5 per day, and almost twice the number of police killings documented in the entire United States. 80% of the people killed by Rio's police in the first half of 2019 were black. Dang. When protesters in the United States shout, "No justice, no peace," they claim for themselves the founding ideals of the U.S. democracy.
It says, what it say? People killed, business, all of that. Only in the state of, where you at? Rio de Janeiro? Where you at?
The last paragraph. When protesters in the United States shout,
"No justice, no peace," they claim for themselves the founding ideals of U.S. democracy. Go ahead, keep reading.
Of U.S. democracy. That all men and women are created equal. In Brazil, protests often walk in silence. Protests often walk in silence, remembering the deaths of black people, or they shout democracy.
They shout democracy. So you gotta understand. People in Brazil, our brothers and sisters in Brazil is playing catch up.
Right.
Judah walking the streets saying, and Judah, America's a what? It's a democracy.
Right.
It's ran by the Democratic Party, right?
Right.
Well, what is Trump? A Republican? Who gives a damn?
Right.
They all damn democracy.
Left wing, right wing, same
They all
eagle.
the same thing.
Same eagle.
It's a democracy here. And in America, Judah storming the streets saying no justice, no peace. Brothers and sisters in Brazil, they don't shout in the street. They walk in silence,
right,
saying democracy,
right.
Democracy. Bruh, democracy ain't gonna change nothing.
Nothing, right.
You can see what's going on in America. It's the same exact oppression because it's the same exact people. Keep going.
Social movements theories call such endeavors a repertoire of contention. Protesters articulate a view of the future, not only of the present.
Keep going.
Also, Brazil and the U.S. share a similar pattern of impunity.
Uh-oh, watch this.
In the U.S., a system protects police through a series of obstacles to make them accountable,
Read on.
such as resistance of police unions and biased administrative appeal procedures.
It says in America, the system protects police
Right.
through a series of obstacles to make them accountable. That means when you try to be just
guilty.
right. When you're trying to get justice in America's penal system,
Right.
the obstacles that are put into place makes it so that you don't get that justice.
Right.
That's why the dude that killed George Floyd, come on, Almond, stay with us. The dude that killed George Floyd, that stood on his neck for 8 minutes and 36 seconds and kneed on his neck,
Yeah.
he was locked up. And they gave him a bond of $1 million, which was $100,000.
Right.
And he paid it the same day.
Yep. Guess who raised that money?
Is this?
Christians.
Christians.
Raised their money and helped them got out.
GoFundMe. Help us get George Floyd's murderer out of jail.
Out of jail.
And they can do that.
Impunity.
They can do that.
Impunity. That's crazy.
I know judges, I know cases that brothers have been locked up without bail for a lot less than what that policeman did to George Floyd.
Yeah.
A lot less than murder. Yep. A lot lesser than what happened to George Floyd, and he got bail. Yep. I know dudes that ain't getting no bail that did a lot less than that.
Yep.
Didn't kill nobody, didn't obstruct justice, nothing. And they got no bail.
Violated probation.
Violated probation. Oh, you violated probation? No bail.
That's
You're going to rot in jail until your sentencing comes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the same system. Go back.
So it's amazing how Northern Kingdom watching Southern Kingdom.
We gonna get there, bro. We gonna get there.
I'm jumping the gun.
We gonna get there, bro. I'm telling you, because it's the same thing that happened back then,
right?
With the Black Panther Party,
right?
With the Black Panthers rose up, you had the Brown Berets, which was Northern Kingdom. Yep. Then you had the Young Lords. Yep. They watched the Black Panther Party. Then you had AIM, the American Indian Movement.
Yep.
They all nourished courage from watching Judah.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
Even to this day,
it's happening.
Judah is trendsetters, and Northern Kingdom is copying Judah.
Dang.
To this day.
Hey.
To this day.
If the Bible ain't real.
The Bible's a real book.
The Bible ain't real. Y'all better wake up, man.
The Bible is real. Matter of fact, let's get that Genesis 49.
Y'all better wake up, man. This here.
Let's get that Genesis 49.
Man, if you rip a page out of this thing should be bleeding.
I'm telling you, hey, this is history.
This should be bleeding.
Tell you, bro. Tell you, Genesis 49, verse 8.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8.
Come on.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Who's Judah? It's obvious who Judah is. The so-called American blacks.
Right.
Who's his brothers? The so-called Hispanics.
Right.
That's why everybody always looked to Judah for fashion, for trendsetters.
Right.
Even in oppression, the way Judah handled things, all the other tribes seem to follow that method.
Yep.
It's biblical. Letting you know who you are. You don't see no Chinaman, no Chinese marching the streets and saying, oh, we get this from watching the Negroes in America.
Right.
You don't see that.
Democracy.
Yeah, we want to be like the Negroes in America. They going through the oppression. We go through the same oppression.
Right.
Nobody's doing that.
Right.
No other nation on the earth is claiming to go through the same oppression as the American blacks today.
Right.
No other nation.
That's right.
No other nation.
That's heavy.
But the so-called Hispanics and Native American Indians.
That's heavy.
That's it.
That's heavy.
That lets you know something. We going through the same thing because we are the same people.
That's right.
That's biblical.
Right.
Let's go back. We can read more on that, but I wanna finish this article.
All right, here we go.
Cause we got what time it is? 5:15. We're gonna take a break in about 20 minutes.
Where we at? Second paragraph. Also
see.
Brazil. Second paragraph, right?
Matter of fact, go to the next go to the next article.
Next article.
Yeah, go to the next article. Go to the next article. Watch this. The African slave trade and slave life in Brazil. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
So you telling me
Hold up.
there was slavery outside of America?
Hold up.
There was slavery. The so-called Hispanics went through slavery.
Went through the same thing?
Went through stuff.
Whoa. Hold
You running while you black as night, but you speak Portuguese?
Right.
You wonder why you light skinned, but your grandfather is a black as charcoal.
Black as charcoal.
And you speak Portuguese. How is that possible?
Right.
In Brazil. We gonna answer those. Go ahead. Keep going.
The African slave trade and slave life. While Indians provided a steady stream of slave labor to early colonists, most notably in the Jesuit Aldeias, by the mid-16th century, the Portuguese were importing African slaves in substantial numbers to work in new, permanent sugar colonies. Years before the American slave trade got underway, more slaves had been brought to Brazil than would ever reach British North America. The Brazilian slave trade would continue for another nearly...
The Brazilian slave trade!
Read that again.
Read it again.
The Brazilian...
Brother, you in the spirit. That's the best one all night. All praises. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Come on, read it again.
The Brazilian slave trade would continue for another nearly 200 years.
200 years. Read.
The following first-hand accounts of slave life giving a fuller picture of the experience of slaves.
Slaves, Northern Kingdom, you so-called Hispanics, you were slaves!
Wake up!
Maybe you didn't know that.
Right.
Maybe you think you white.
Right.
What the hell is this?
Maybe you think that you got it good in Brazil.
Right.
Your behind is a slave.
Right. You ain't escaping these curses.
You ain't escaping these curses. You a slave.
Right.
Come on.
Their position in society. Let me read that again. The following first-hand accounts of slave life giving a fuller picture of the experience of slaves, their position in society, and their interactions with white masters and freemen.
Whoa, interactions with white masters. That sounds like America. That sounds just like America.
Yep.
America KK. No, America KKK.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead.
It is important to note that the white as a fluid and unclearly...
That the white was a fluid.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Come on, read it again.
It is important to note that white was a fluid and unclearly defined characteristic.
White was a fluid and unclearly defined characteristics. Watch this, read.
Reflecting not only European origin and Christianity and Christianity.
The white man started Christianity.
Damn.
Not only the white man, the slaver white man.
Right.
The white man that oppressed us started Christianity.
They force fed that. Oh, come on. Oh, man.
Give me Matthew 24,
That's the same
24.
thing. Oh, man. Come on.
I'm telling you, hey, these scholars know, man.
Connecting, man.
These scholars know, man. I'm telling you. Deuteronomy 24 and 24. I'm sorry, Matthew 24.
Oh, okay. I was about to go back. All right, Matthew 24. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 24.
Read.
Oh, here we go. For there shall arise false Christ.
There shall arise false Christ. This man say he's God.
Right.
This man put himself up as Christ.
White
put
is
himself
pure.
up as God.
Right.
Put himself up as the beauty of the world.
Right.
I seen this magazine. This magazine said the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh,
I'm thinking I'm about to see an Israelite woman.
Right.
Like, yeah, you right.
Black don't crack.
You put an Israelite woman on that magazine. Yes, they are the most beautiful women in the world.
Right. That's right.
And what I saw a doggone fishing pole.
Milk magnesia.
Milk magnesia fishing pole with a light switch for lips. You know?
What the hell is this?
with a light switch for lips. No fullness, nothing.
No meat in the lips
No
at all.
meat on the lips. Just look like a.
It's a disgrace. That's a straight slap in the face, man.
Slap in the face.
The most beautiful woman in the world.
Most beautiful woman in the world.
Man, yo.
A doggone fishing pole, skinny as a doggone fishing pole for real. Nothing. No flavor.
Right.
Nothing.
You know the both sides love them. They put no seasoning on
No
them.
seasoning on them. Just bland.
Here you go.
You know, bland is an Edomite word. Bland.
Right.
They are green bean casserole.
Oh, damn.
I didn't tell y'all the story about the green bean casserole. Oh, man. I'll tell y'all one day about the green bean casserole.
You know what I was gonna say? Play the
green bean casserole.
Yeah. You got to tell that one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all one day. Read it again.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christ.
They shall arise false Christ. And that's what happened.
Yep.
That's what happened. False Christ gave you everything. Gave you everything so much that now you think that what they gave you is good.
Right.
Confuse the whole world.
Yep.
Keep reading.
For there shall arise false Christ.
Come on.
And false prophets.
Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders. In so much.
Come on.
That if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
But they ain't deceiving the elect, tell you that right now. We know Jesus Christ is a black man.
Right.
We know who the Israelites are.
That's right.
You ain't fooling us no more, white man.
Right.
That's right.
Go back to the article.
We bringing it out.
Go back to the article. I think her name was Sandra Bullock. That sound familiar?
Oh, God.
Y'all know who Sandra Bullock is?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
I don't know if she Esau, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Sandra Bullock. I don't know if it was Sandra Bullock. It was, I forget the Edomite name, man, but it was definitely not an Israelite. It was definitely not
man, you made my stomach go
it was
upside down
definitely
real
not
quick,
a beautiful Israelite sister.
Yeah.
Who the Lord said he, author of beauty,
right,
have created you. Come on.
Whoa.
Let's go back to the article.
All right. Wait, that's not where I was at.
A free, yeah, you did. Oh, no. We got to read that back. We got to go back up.
Got to go back.
We got to read that again. We got
to
punch people in the face with this truth.
For real.
Because Christianity is a drug, man.
Yeah.
Christianity is the most potent. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Christianity more potent than crack.
It is.
More potent than weed.
It is.
More potent than meth, heroin. More potent than liquor.
And you know the people that's really addicted. They really don't. They claim that they're not addicted, especially the weed heads. I ain't addicted to weed.
Oh, thank you, Cal. It was Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
yes, it was her.
Oh,
put us back on the screen.
What the hell is this?
It was Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
they claim she's the most beautiful. They claim she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Dang, that's messed up, man.
All because she went and got some doggone, what's that stuff called? Collagen.
Where?
And plumped in her lips. So now she's the most beautiful woman. She looked like a dog. I'm gonna tell you, she looked like this. See, you can't even see this on the screen. But she's the most beautiful. You got to be out your mind.
That's crazy, man.
I'm gonna tell you, America sets the standards for everything. America sets the standards for beauty. America sets the standards for what's right and what's wrong. And we don't even understand that is called slavery.
Right.
That is called I'm making you feel like you're free, but I'm also telling you what I want you to do.
Yep.
I'm making you do what I want you to do, but I'm also making you feel like it's your choice.
Right.
It's all bullcrap. All right, let's get back.
Tell a vision. Tell his vision.
Let's get back to the article. Read that again.
Okay, here we go. The following first-hand accounts of slave life giving a full picture of the experience of slaves, their position in society, and their interactions with white masters. And freemen.
You got to say right is masters.
Oh, there you go. My bad.
White masters.
White masters.
Come on.
And freemen. It is important to note that white was a fluid, and unclearly defined characteristic.
Unclearly defined characteristic, like what makes you white. Keep going.
Reflecting not only European origin. And Christianity. But also freedom and property ownership.
So they said the white man determined who's free and what belongs to me.
Yep.
Who is free and what truly belongs to you. In Brazil.
Right.
In Brazil. Now watch this. We're going to hear this. We're going to read this story about a brother, a freed slave, Watch this. Come on.
Read
quick.
A freed slave speaks the story of Mahama Gardo Bakwakwa, a former slave taken from the Niger Delta in Africa, sold into slavery in Brazil, and ultimately freed with the help of American abolitionists in New York City. Is one of very few accounts of slave life from the perspective of a slave.
Come on, Alabama, stay with us.
Bakwakwa arrived.
Go down. Just go to his. There you go. His horrors. There you go.
Okay. His horrors. Who can describe? None can so truly depict its horrors as the poor, unfortunate, miserable wretch that has been confined within its portals. We were thrust into the hold of the vessel in a state of nudity, the males being crammed on one side and the females on the other. The hold was so low that we could not stand up, but were obliged to crouch upon the floor or sit down. Day and night were the same to us, sleep being denied us from the confined position of our bodies, and we became desperate through the suffering and fatigue.
Go down. Watch this. Go down.
They couldn't even sleep.
Oh, we're going to get to it.
They couldn't even sleep.
When I reached
the shore.
Stop! When I reached the shore, me and you was on a what?
On a ship.
A slave ship.
That's
Read
right.
that again.
A dog-owned slave ship.
Hey, man, if y'all don't know that, y'all are the Israelites.
Y'all the Israelites.
Come on.
You so-called Hispanics in Brazil.
Right.
That's calling yourself Portuguese. Come on.
When I reached the shore, I felt thankful to Providence that I was once more permitted to breathe pure air, the thought of which almost absorbed every other. I cared but little then that I was a slave.
Read.
Having escaped the ship.
The what?
Having escaped the ship.
The what?
Having escaped the ship.
Give me Deuteronomy 28, please.
Woo.
So you telling me
Milk
brothers and sisters
butter.
in Brazil was taken to Brazil on slave ships?
Woo.
Taken to Brazil on slave ships. And you know what's crazy? The indigenous people in Brazil was also taken on slave ships because they said, oh, well, these black people came from Africa, they're slaves. No.
Right.
The reason why the Portuguese went and got more of Asher from the west coast of Africa is because the indigenous Asherites in Brazil was dying off.
Yep.
The indigenous people in the land was dying off.
Yep, they was running out.
So you know what? We're going to get some more because they think we don't know where they at.
Right.
We got a map to know where all the 12 tribes at.
Yep.
We know exactly where we're going to go here. Yep. We're going to go here to go get the rest of y'all and bring y'all to where your brother's at.
Whew.
Go ahead. Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Come on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Egypt means slavery, bondage, captivity. Read on.
Again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Did not we just read that out the Bible?
Yeah.
No, you got to hold. We got to go to the book of Daniel.
This is the Bible we read.
See, we got to learn how to question things, put two and two together. We got to do that sometimes. Go to the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words.
The Lord has confirmed his words. We just read it.
Yep.
That you shall go back into Egypt again on slave ships. The Lord confirmed his words. Read.
Which he spake against us.
Come on.
And against our judges.
And against our leaders. Read.
That judged us by bringing upon us a great evil.
Bringing upon us a great evil. Watch this.
For under the whole heaven.
Under the whole heaven earth.
Hath not been done.
Have not been done to no other people. Read.
As hath been done upon Jerusalem.
God says no other people went through what you went through.
Godly, but, hey.
No other people went through what you went through. Give me the book of Baruch chapter 2.
Here we go. Baruch chapter 2
and verse 1.
Hey, verse 1.
Hey, because you got to ask that. God says only the Israelites will be put on slave ships as a nation and sold into slavery.
Right.
Only the Israelites will go through that curse. Only the Israelites will go through those atrocities. And someone said, well, the Jews did. No, they didn't.
Hold up.
The so-called Jewish man,
you got to prove that,
who God calls the synagogue of Satan,
right,
did not go through this.
Exactly.
The Japanese did not go through this.
Never.
The Chinese did not go through this.
Nope.
Hell, the Arabs didn't go through this.
Nope.
The Vikings didn't go through this. You can't name me one civilization of people
right
that went through this as a nation that was sold on slave ships.
Right.
None.
Not one.
Read that.
Amen.
Baruch,
2:1?
Yes, 2:1.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Therefore the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us.
Come on.
And against our judges that judged Israel.
Against our judges that judged Israel. Read.
And against our kings. And against our princes. And against the men of Israel and Judah.
Watch this.
To bring upon us great plagues.
Great evil, great plagues. Daniel just spoke about the same thing.
Yep.
To bring upon us great plagues, read.
Such as never happened under the whole heaven.
Such as never happened before. That's Bible prophecy.
Nobody can fit that shoe.
That the nation of Israel will go through things that has never happened before.
On the face of the earth.
On the face of the earth.
Yep.
Read that again. Read verse 2 again.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 2.
Read.
To bring upon us great plagues.
Great plagues.
Such as never happened under the whole heaven.
Under the whole heaven. Watch this.
As it came to pass in Jerusalem.
As it came to pass in Jerusalem. Nothing ever happened. Read.
According to the things that were written in the law of Moses.
According to the things that were written in the laws of Moses.
Connect the dots. Come on, y'all.
Connect the dots, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Let's go back to the article.
Woo. This thing is hot.
The Bible say nothing was going to happen to no other people that was going to happen to the Israelites.
Right.
That going to let you know who the Israelites are.
Right.
So if you Brazilians, you so-called Brazilians, you so-called, because that's not what God calls you.
Right.
You screaming, you got to understand what you're saying. You said we going through the same oppression as the American blacks.
Right.
That's the claim, and that's the truth.
Right.
We went through slavery as the American blacks. That's the claim, and that's the truth. Yeah, we still been shot down more in the street than American blacks.
Right.
That's the claim, and that's the truth.
Yep.
Who else can say that? The so-called Mexicans, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the so-called Native American Indians, the so-called Jamaicans, the so-called Haitians.
Yep.
We all can say that. Why? Because we are all the same people.
Yep. Suffering under the same
That's
banner.
right. Suffering under the same curses. Go back to the article. We almost going to take our break. We're going to take our break in about 5 minutes. We're going to read one more thing. Go down. Let's get to the good part. Go down. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that's crazy.
Look at this.
Oh, that's crazy.
Look at this.
That's in Brazil.
Go down. Yeah, that's in Brazil.
That's crazy.
It says, hold on, go up a little bit. Let's read it.
Thing.
Go up. The watercolor by English painter Augustus Earl, punishing Negroes at what did I say? Catabonco, Rio de Janeiro.
Woo.
Shows one black man whooping another as a white, watch this, supervisor.
Dang.
Who y'all supervisors is today at your work?
Dang. So he got a task.
95% of your supervisors is a white man.
Yep.
And a 5% that's black, his supervisor is a white man.
Right.
So the white supervisor made a black slave whoop another black slave.
Dang.
Don't that sound familiar? Didn't we see that in the year of 12 years a slave?
Yep. That happened here.
The 12 years a slave when the Massa told, I forget the brother name. What's the brother name? Solomon. Told Solomon to beat Lupita. Lupita, right?
Yeah.
You better beat her till I tell you to stop.
That's crazy.
You better beat her till I tell you to stop.
Right.
Same thing that happened to Judah, man.
Same thing.
Same thing that happened to the so-called Negroes in America happened to the so-called Brazilians in Brazil. And all of South America, but we just touching Brazil right now.
Right.
Because all of South America is a, what's the word? All of South America is the outcome of slavery.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
North America is the outcome of slavery. All of it, man. All of it. Go back to the article. We gonna take a break by a few minutes. Go back to the article. Slaves as merchandise. Oh, Let's read for sale. Go ahead, read that.
For sale, a Creole slave,
a
skillful shoemaker,
Go ahead.
with a very good figure, about 20 years of age, with no vices or bad habits. His final price is 300. Is that 300,000 or $300?
300 I don't know, Riaz. I don't know.
300
money, but sold for money.
Right, money. Anyone interested in him should go to Travessa de Poco, number 11, upstairs, where he will find someone to speak to about the matter. However, whoever would like to buy 3 native slave women from Angola, who have come recently from that place, one who irons and does laundry, another a baker and a laundress.
These were the jobs of these women. Read on.
And the third also a laundress, all with very good figures and the ability to do every kind of work in the house. Should contact Manuel do Nascimento.
Go down to the next one. Come on. For sale. Come on. You passing it. For sale. Right.
For sale, a black man of the Angola nations, about 20 to 25 years of age, a very good maker of combs, both tortoise, shell, and animal horn.
Give me, we're going to read the script. We're going to take a break. Joel chapter 3 and verse 3. Joel chapter 3 and verse 3. Tell you, man, we the Israelites, man. And here on the Native's Hour, you're going to be told you the Israelites. Because that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Joel 3 and 3.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
They have cast lots for my people. God says, my people will be sold on auction blocks. They have cast lots, 45, sold to the Portuguese slave in the back.
Yep.
They have cast lots for my people. Read on.
They have cast lots for my people.
Come on.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
Given a boy for a harlot, a buck, make him a doggone breeder. Read on.
And sold a girl for wine.
And sold a girl for wine.
That they might drink.
What they did with that girl, they raped her. You see that in the movie too. That movie 12 Years a Slave.
Pastor alone.
Yep. Go ahead and go and get your wife, Betty. Go get Betty.
Right.
And I'm gonna just let you know that she better be good.
Yep.
She better be good tonight.
She's spending the night with the fellas.
I'm gonna get her and then I'm gonna bring her back to you. You hear?
Yeah.
And you best not be bad either. Read.
Boy, yea, verse 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your...
So God says they have cast lots of my people. They have sold my people on auction blocks. Give me the book. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and read verse 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
You gotta understand what that means when it says shall be given unto another people. You gotta understand, they took our sons and daughters.
Right.
They took babies from off their mother's breasts.
Yep.
They took men and slaughtered them in front of his whole family. Slaughtered him so that he can give off the impression of dominance.
Right.
So all the other Negroes
will
fall in line.
Right.
All the other indigenous people of the land will fall in line. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long.
Even to this day, 2020, we're still longing to see our sons and daughters again.
Right.
We still longing. When your son gets shot down in the street, that's my son.
Right.
I'm looking for justice.
Yep.
When your daughter get hoard out, when your daughter get kidnapped, never seen before,
right,
that's my daughter. I'm looking for justice. Our eyes is still longing for our daughters and our sons. Till this day, we don't have power.
Right.
Till this day, we don't have power to give the insurance of safety to our kids.
Yep.
To this day, read.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there shall be no might in thine hand. We don't have no might. When the Portuguese came, we didn't have no might.
Right.
Even to this day, the brothers and sisters of Brazil begging for a solution. So what they doing? They turn into the methods that they see Judah doing.
Right.
They turn into the protesting. They turn into the street marching. They turn into the chanting. They turn into the rioting and looting.
Right.
Because they ain't got no way out. They don't have no might in their hand. Right.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.